Right, so hi everyone. I was kind of forgetting about doing the Twinflame therapy, so we'll get back to some of them. So, right, so this, I've just picked up a few now, because first of all, if you're new, my name's Claire. Everything I do is channeling, clearing, healing energy. So although you'll most of the time see me use a lot of cards, I don't actually need the cards, they just make it fun. And what I mean is, you'll see a lot of the time I will say something and then the card will come out and it'll say exactly what I've just said about the card. Because the guides and God speak through me. Right, so I have filmed a lot of things, and also like I had a plan and the plans kind of it's not went tits up, but it's kind of like I'm a bit delayed with the plan, but it was for good reason because I went a walk, so I needed to get out and get some fresh air. So maybe that might have some kind of meaning for some of you. But also Saturn is now retrograde in Pisces now. So again, I won't speak too much about that, but if you want to see what I spoke about that for half an hour on the Thursday there. So that was I'll pin it below. It was the last live stream I done. So was it the last one or the one before that? So like I said, I'm coughing because I need to, actually there is water there. I'm coughing because I've been filming a lot of videos, but I do feel this might be something about needing to speak up. So this could be you or someone around you. It doesn't necessarily need to be a twin flame. It could be a karmic situation, or it doesn't even need to be someone karmic. It could be anyone. But magnetic connection, there's a very strong pull and intensity that draws you to this person. So actually, do you know what though? Wait a minute, I'm going to pause it. Right, Virgo is about perfectionism, and I always like to go the other way, that there's no such thing as perfect, right? Like, have you seen the hot mess I am, right? Like, again, like, I have not brushed my hair today. It's just, I let it dry naturally a few days ago, and I've just been bunging it on top of my head when I jump in the bath. I was going to put it up in a bun thing, and to be honest, I'm like, I can't be arsed. I might just keep it like this when I'm doing the live stream, right? But if my hair's a bit better or different, that's fine. But anyway, I think this will go out after I do the live. It might go out before though, I don't know. But anyway, I was reading my scriptures for a bit, and things like that before I was doing the video, and then I kind of got out of habit doing it. So anyway, I've just picked that one. It wasn't by accident, it was serendipity. Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. Psalms, I can never say that. 27:14. So Psalms, that's Psalms. I think it's Psalms. I'll just do that. But anyway, that feels significant because it's actually it's World Prayer Week, and World Prayer Day is apparently on the 10th. So, but we pray around here all the time, but I'm just mentioning it. Because also, right, like I feel guided to do this, right? So you'll see I've done that in the shorts, right? But like I said, the first thing I do before I even open my eyes, right, is like I've got this system I go through, and I just pray for everyone, basically. But I'm not like, I'm just praying for everyone I get. Like it can take me like, a good sort of 5, 10, maybe something. It depends. Like it depends what I'm guided to do. And like I said, with me being a Scorpio rising, it's, if I was any other type of rising, I wouldn't need to say this as much, but like what I'm basically saying is it's like I'm not just saying it when people in the membership do feel it. Like people tell me, that'll be some of you people, like people mention it in the chat, not all the time, but fairly often they'll be like that, or I'll take things like comments that people have said in emails or blah, blah, blah. So yeah, basically people feel it when I'm praying for them. And more recently, one of the sessions I had, obviously keeping that anonymous, but actually I know he wouldn't mind me saying that at all, because after we had that session, that was the live stream I'd done. When was that? God, whenever it was, it feels like a million years ago now. But when I was celebrating how excited I was about a victory someone had, and we just had the session the day before, but that person even said, God, the prayers worked rapid overnight this time, you know what I mean? But it was a wee bit more complex than that, but because we did do, we done like shamanic work and stuff like that, but it's the fact that person, is like a lot of you, they're soul family, and it really means you'll never know how much that actually means to you when people are like, I feel when you're praying for me, you know what I mean? And just, we're all so connected, and because it's true, I mean, I'm not just like kicking up my feet and fucking watching the telly and saying that I'm doing this stuff, because there will be some people who do that. Like I said, I always move like God is watching, because God is always watching, and that's why I never understand when people do shitty things, because it's not like, we're not all perfect, but it's like, where possible, I always just, when you keep that in your mind, act like, move with integrity. We're in, Virgo's about integrity. Like, God is always watching, so that it's like, even if, if you do something bad, you might not, karma might not catch up with you right away, but it will catch up with you at some point. And it's just kind of like, I saw something like that today. It was a meme, and it was something similar to that though. So anyway, now this might be relevant. I will shuffle these, but I've just been doing the ones for the membership. A hug makes everything better. Hug a loved one. Oxytocin, the feel-good chemical in our bodies, is sometimes referred to as the cuddle hormone, and with good reason. The level of oxytocin in our bodies becomes elevated when we have physical contact with someone we care about, and this in turn makes us feel happier, reduces stress. So hugging doesn't just show someone you care. That hug is packed with a host of brilliant benefits for both of you. Actually, that's tying into why I started saying that. If you want me to pray for you, which, like, you'll hear me say a lot, is that, like I said, I obviously pray for everyone in the membership, but and like I said, it's not always that I'm going in and doing a prayer circle, but like I do go in and do that when I can, because like I said, this is just always something that I've had, like, when I first started doing that, like years ago now, it would be more that I was like sending out distant healing and distant prayers and soul retrieval and stuff, but it's like what I tend to do, and I kind of dropped that. I don't know. I was doing that the last couple of years of memberships, and it was just I might start doing again. I don't know, another level, but anyway, just now it's like, just know that I'm doing that every day, and then I'll go in and do it. I try to go in once a week. Sometimes it ends up I might be in 2 or 3 times a week. Sometimes I might not be in at all, and then I'll make up for the next game week. So that's generally how it goes. But basically, if you put the emoji below that has got the heart with the wee plaster over it, right, that I'll take that to mean that you're not doing too good, and we don't need to know, right? I don't need to know what it is that you're not doing. I'll just know that, right, for whatever reason, that person is needing a wee bit more, my intention on them. So just so you don't feel alone. And I think it feels like that hug a loved one card, you know what I mean? When you know that you're in someone's prayers, because I think that's why they start, and in fact, I know that's why they started making me say that there about that session. I strongly do feel it's like, see, when you know that someone's in your corner, like someone is rooting for you, and that is, like I said, that is anytime somebody I work with has like such a huge win like that, like of victory or karmic justice, I don't forget things like that. I'm not going to forget that feeling, like just as if it hadn't went the way that I was holding space for it to go. But when I tell you, this person knows this, and I explained that in that live, there was literally no fucking room in my mind for it to go any other way than the way it was meant to go. And that's how strong my intention is. Do you know what I mean? But it was combined with that person also being open to believe that things could go their way too. So, and that, I don't know, that just always really sticks to me, because I've had moments like that in my life where it's the same type of thing. You know what I mean? You just need somebody else that is genuine to really believe that that thing can happen for you too, and it can create this amazing, it can create space for a miracle. So, God, I'm really in the feels. We're already in the Pisces full moon energy. But honestly, I can sometimes be like a week ahead, or a fucking month ahead. So, yes. So the moon, but again, the Monday is the moon. It's Moon Day, so that's why it's usually a day off. But this hasn't been a day off. I had a very long lie, and then I had a long walk, and then I've crammed in all the filming so that I can have Tuesday as my day off. So that's the thing. That's kind of how it goes now, which really doesn't fit. I've always went with like the energy of the planets, right? And it's like I used to just do loads and tons of work on a Tuesday because it's like Mars and it's action, but it's just doesn't always land like that now. But it's good if you can do that, if you really feel the energy, because obviously I work with the moons, but but yeah, I always strongly feel the the moon being rest and feminine and stuff. So what have we got here? So okay, we'll go with these. So the magnetic attraction, and like I said, sometimes I was going to keep these to 50. Sometimes these are going to be 15 minutes, and sometimes they're going to be longer. I think that is what we were going for. I mean, it's going to be longer than 15 minutes today, but sometimes, do you know what? It's just going to be what it is. It's going to be what it is. And I'm going to aim to do them every day, but I know people won't be bothered if I don't, but we'll just see. Because it's like, look, I want people to like the recorded videos, but it's live stream people prefer by a long shot. So I'm kind of testing this out again. So yeah. But did I finish what I was saying? Basically, if you're struggling and you want me to keep you in your prayers, put that heart with a plaster over it, and I'll know that you need me to keep you in your prayers, okay? And you know, and it'll also help the algorithm too. I'm not going to hide the fact that, but it's just, I do feel that, you know, Pisces moon is my least favourite, or right up there with it. So yeah, I'm just aware that with the Saturn going retrograde as well, a lot of people will be really, really in their feels. I keep hoping to bump into you everywhere I go, so that could be relevant coming into this as well. Right, let's do a quick block. So what is a potential block that somebody has, either that somebody's worked through, it was in the past, or that someone's dealing with now, or something that might arise in them, something that might come to your, you know, your awareness, because when it's a full moon in any sign, it highlights what's in your subconscious. What's interesting about this full moon is the Pisces and the 12th house is the subconscious. So like, this is a huge full moon eclipse for that. And also eclipses are fucking life changing. It's closing a door on things and opening a door to others, and yeah, out of this world changes happen. So eclipses have always been, you know, for as long as I've been doing this in public, a huge fascination of mine, you know. So don't take it lightly. Life changing stuff. Right, I'm just very tired. I can't, honestly. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have like just under 2 hours to rest my voice before I go live. But like I said, it's okay. I've worked it out, because I will resist doing any work tomorrow, which, like I said, will be hard with it being a Tuesday. But because I'm doing stuff on the Thursday and the I'm doing stuff on the Wednesday and the Friday. I think that's when the lives are. Right. So this can be the feminine or the masculine's feminine side. Judgment. Ah, wow. See, that is it. So I don't like saying see, but see, I don't like saying see, but it came out. But when I do that sometimes, so I don't do it all the time, but when I do, I pick myself up on it, because I can't stand it. I can't stand when people say I told you so, or see. It's all really irritating. But it's like, you know, again, because I've said this word, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I was saying it's God speaking through me. It's like when it's like, oh my God, look how psychic I am. And it's kind of like, it's, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't see it like that. I'm just kind of like, you're being used as a messenger. Judgment. So don't be too quick, but I get it. It's exciting too, because you see, like, even I'm like, oh my God, look, I just said that. Like, but it's, you know what I mean? There's a bit of a difference, I think, when it's kind of like when you get too cocky about it. It's like anything, like, try to be humble. Judgment. Don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give them a fair chance. So I feel this is present. I feel divine feminine, male or female. Don't be too quick to count somebody out, you know, like, hear what they've got to say. So maybe it's because like that could be like under judgment, but maybe it's because like it was the last time you spoke or interacted with this person, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't a good situation or something, and it's kind of like, you know, it's the whole judgment, this person's changed. That's what I feel is coming through there. So remember, that can also be for the masculine, but I'm really strongly feeling that coming through. The masculine, no good ones. There's someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out, right? So hopefully that will help some of our masculine male and females with the daily tapping that's going to be going out. You know, and again, it's just like, it's only 3 minutes, and some of them are pretty funny because I've already filmed them all, and it's kind of like it's just me in amongst it. So what I'm trying to say is, it's like they're not polished. If we're doing it 1-to-1, it's not going to be polished either, but it'll be more specific to you. But I feel if you're this masculine or this group of masculines, you know, you've got some negative false beliefs that are telling you that, you know, there's no good people out there for you, or I feel when it's homing in on twin flames, like it's not going to work out, something's going to go wrong, it always goes wrong for me. It's all this kind of stuff coming in, when really that feels like it comes back like a hug makes everything better. Like that, it feels like there's something really coming through here about I feel like whoever's going to resonate with this one today, maybe it is because I'm filming it for, Monday and it's connected to the moon and your feelings and it's leading up to that hashtag all we feel. Again, I know I'm always like, you know what I mean? I get shed light on the light and the dark, right? That's just the nature of what I'm here to help you with. And there are beautiful, magical things about Pisces. When the moon's in Pisces, it's so mystical, magical. Like the 3 rainbows I've seen in a row. I haven't seen one today, but there is time yet. My dad just sent me a picture of an amazing one that he saw as well. But it's like, and I really do feel that is the Hopi prophecy, that is the Rainbow Warriors. There's a reason why I called the level of the membership the Rainbow Warriors. I'm very connected to that energy. Miracles are in the air, and but what I'm trying to say is I've known, I have known a lot of Pisces moon people in my time, and although I'm more telling stories about the not so nice side of it, because I have had that, there's a beautiful side of it too, and it's Pisces moon people notice little tiny things on the ground. That might seem like nothing to do with it, but if you are a Pisces moon, I bet you'll get what I mean. Or if it's like, because it's silence and it's slowing down, and Pisces means do need a lot of time alone too to recharge, and it's very psychic energy too, but yeah, it's just very emotional. You've got to really, and I mean like really, really, really protect your energy. Like, you're the type of people that need to smudge and clear your energy every single day. But side note, we all need to do that these times. Like, seriously, like, again, I was going to say keeping this anonymous. It's kind of anonymous, but like, this is like, it's my stuff. But like, a friend of mine that is able to tune in, a soul sister is able to tune into energy really well as well. It was like recent. It was recently, like, said something about me needing to clear my energy, and I'm like, I smudge every day, but like, because this is someone I trust, when I was kind of like, and I just said, when that person said that to me, I was like, all right, I'd done that yesterday, but I haven't done it today. I realised what it was, and it was, I usually have an Epsom salt bath and I mean like every single day, sometimes twice a day I'm having a bath, right? But my Epsom salts ran out a few days ago. So it does mean the last couple of baths I've had, there haven't been any bath salts, and that's how, you know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of stuff I've picked up on and with people too. That's how real energy is that, and it's like I said, it's when people know you and they know your energy, because energy is so real. Basically, what I'm trying to get across the point is don't think that stuff is not real. Like, it's real. Like, right away, it's, you know what I mean? Like, I can feel, like, basically, I can feel it when someone is needing to clear their energy more. And other people that tune in energy can too. And if somebody tunes in early a lot, they can feel it as well. But also, the cards will keep coming out like, clear your energy, clear your energy. So I'm just sharing that for someone that's like, you know what I mean? That's it. Like, it's literally only 2 days. But my friend has felt that in my aura. So isn't that amazing? You're smart, your intellect really turns me on. You're so smart, and I really enjoy our conversation. So this person gets turned on by your intellect. That's sapiosexual, isn't it? Something like that. That's definitely up my street. I've got my Juno in Gemini, so I'm very like that. It's just good when you're on that same level, like being on the same level as some. Focused on money. I'm currently focusing on my career and finances. My main priority is financial stability. This is kind of random, but I saw a card for gambling. It was like, it was for a gambling place when I was walking on the beach. I also saw the name Tommy written in the sand. So because it's Mediumship Monday, there could be a loved one called Tommy in the spirit world, or unless Tommy's connected, unless it's one of yous, or it could be someone's Twinflame, or it could be oh god, that's so weird how they're doing that. Now I'm linking it to like Tommy and like Molly May. They're a celebrity couple, but basically, he battles addictions. I think it's specifically drink that he has an issue with. It might be drugs too. I'm not really too sure. But for all we know, it could be gambling. Oh my god, I wonder if I'm meant to get those. But anyway, that's a random mix. But trust me, especially when it's a Monday too, because the mediumship seems coming stronger because that's the way I've set it up with my guide. All of that could have significance. Your perfection, your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how attracted someone like you in, but I'm forever grateful. But this could be somebody's like, feeling like they're not good enough, because they see you as perfect. Now, there's a card in this that says that. And again, I'm just stressing it's that can be really annoying because like you're not perfect, I'm not perfect, none of us are perfect. So, but that is sometimes what people can do, is put people on a pedestal. Feminines do it to masculine, masculine do it to feminine. We do it to anyone out there that you do. So just take them off the pedestal. Do you know what I mean? I sabotaged our connection because it was too intense. Like that's part of it as well. Wait a minute. So that's what, yeah, that feels very, what I mean? I feel this is a lot of deep emotions being stirred in a lot of the masculines, and a hug is going to make it all better. It sounds, it sounds too simplified, doesn't it? But it is. It's like, it's about, this is we're leading up to the full moon about forgiveness. And your energy is intoxicating and it's pulling me in. Right, so that's enough of those cards. But oh, wait a minute, they do. That's playing on my mind. I'm going to get. So yeah, focused on money. Like I'm saying, it could be like someone's maybe needing to focus on money because money's not so great, or it's just like you've got a workaholic and you're addicted to money. It's never enough. I don't mean in a really toxic way. I mean that could be for some, but it's just kind of like some people have just got that thing. It's like it's never going to be enough because you've attached your worth to money. Don't attach your worth to money, especially not in these new earth times. The old earth is collapsing and the new earth is being birthed. That is what I have been saying for what? That has got to be 9 years I've been channeling that new earth meditation. And it's really interesting because I channeled that, right? And it's like I see more and more people actually using the exact same words about the old earth collapsing or timelines collapsing and new earth being born. And it's like that just fascinates me because there was like literally nobody talking about that stuff when I channeled that. But the point is that I'm not saying people are copying me. I'm saying it's like it's the codes that I received from my guys. It's just so weird when same wording because I've just seen loads of things like that. But I'm seeing loads of titles like timelines collapsing. That's weird. Right, okay, so but it's not, it's happening. It is happening. There is a split consciousness, you know what I mean? The old earth is dying and the new earth is here. But again, like this is where I get in a big speech about it. It's like I have been anchoring in new earth frequencies for years now. So it is my normal, but it's and it will be a lot of your normal, but just be mindful it isn't for a lot of people. Now I don't know why, but they're pulling me. I've spoke about the moon a lot on this, but they're pulling me to my cover over there that is the sun and the moon, masculine and feminine. So however that has relevance, it's kind of like a yin yang symbol, but not quite. So this is now, I'll be gobsmacked but there is a card about gambling in here. But again, even if it doesn't come out, I feel there are, with the fact that I've seen a card for gambling, I'm sure I'm not going to say it's like a look up, but it was a card about gambling. And so again, this is not a coincidence, right? It's like, so somebody needs to hear this, that like, we're on the week of the mind this week in the second level of membership and decluttering the mind. And like I titled it like, this is be prepared for a week of deliverance, like with Mary Magdalene and Jesus. And with my North Node in Gemini in the 8th house, it is always like deliverance that I'm doing with people. Like, mini deliverance or not so many because I sit with people for hours, but it's, so it's not uncommon that people can have addictions to alcohol, drugs, gambling, sex, like, like you name it, addiction to social media, and that can be cleared after talking to me once, like that happens a lot if your mind is open to it. So with that, but it's only if you present to me with that issue. Actually, it's not only. No, you do, because it's like I'm thinking. Like I remember doing a session with one of you years ago, and we were doing the Divine Detox package of 4, which is one of my packages. But the thing that the person presented to me, with what we were working on in one of the sessions, wasn't what was clear. It was like what she was in help with was cleared, but then also she just happened to mention that she needed help with something else, smoking, and yeah, her addiction went to with smoking like right after. Just because she mentioned it right at the end, and it was because I, like I said, it's just, oh yeah, it's what I said about intention, because I held the intention, and but it's this is the thing. It's like that's because that person was ready to let that addiction go. So as long as basically that's how hypnosis works too. And if you're new, I'm a hypnotherapist too. Like as long as you're ready to release that addiction go, as long as you're ready to let that addiction go, my words are going all funny here. So someone's words might be getting all mixed up. That's when to book a hypnotherapy session, or that's when to go to shit. You're sick and tired. You're like, for instance, in the membership, I'm focused on deleting emails primarily and screenshots, but emails first, because I ran a course like a couple of years ago, which was more in depth than what we're doing in the membership. It was, you know, there was a load, it was like lives every day, it was like videos, it was like loads of stuff. It was basically, it was a course that I ran, and it was a lot of money, and all the women loved it. We got loads out of it. And I can basically, I need to have a lot of energy to do it. Although it's great because it brought in more money, it was like I need to have the energy to do it. And I just basically haven't been able to have the energy since when I done that. I think it was free. I think it was actually 3 years ago I done it. Fuck, it might even be four. No, I think it might even be. Fuck, I think that was 4 years ago. But that's what I mean about it. It's kind of annoying. Like sometimes I just haven't got the energy to match the ideas I want to put out there. But anyway, they all loved that. And I've done things like house cleaning as well. So if anyone ever needs that, like that's one of my specialities. I don't talk about it enough. I can do like distant house cleaning, and you do feel it. So sorry, and I've just remembered something. One of you, a session I had not long ago. I had said to the person that I was going to do that, so I will. Yes, I will do that. I've just remembered. I think maybe they're wanting me to do it around that full moon. So yes, I'll be able to gather the feedback of how that person. I know that person feels uncomfortable right now in their home, in their space, and I'll do that, and we'll see how that person feels after that, right? But anyway, yeah. So I'm just going to trust that that'll be relevant. You see, because it can be like previous owners, or like say you lived in a house with an ex and you had all these traumatic or just shitty, horrible memories. That can affect your energy. Again, another anonymous thing that's flooding in. A client I worked with years ago. That's about 5 years ago now. She had, now this is anonymous, but it was like, it's all anonymous, but you know what I mean? It's basically, in order to get across, I need to tell the story. The energy in her bedroom was very dense and heavy when because as part of what we were doing, I cleared that person's space, and it was because that was where she went to cry when she wasn't feeling good. You know what I mean? So it made sense that the energy in the bedroom had become very dense and stagnant. And after I distantly cleared the energy in that room, magic happened in the bedroom. But you know what I'm saying? It was like that person was happier in her bedroom, but because that person's actually in a relationship too, magic happens. You know what I mean? So, because yeah, you know, I do spark people's passion in that area too. If it's a bit kind of, if not much is happening, put it that way. So, what have we got? That is such a random mix of stuff to come out, but I'll trust that that's going to. You just never know who's watching and who needs help with that stuff. But yeah, although I'm doing the stuff in the membership, it's I feel this is like picking up on a lot of people in the collective, that, you know, if there's darkness around the mind, that can come about on the build up to that full moon in Pisces, because it's illuminating everything in your subconscious. And Saturn retrograde being in Pisces too, that is a, you know, because it's conjunct the North Node in Pisces, which is about your destiny. Just yeah, it's either going to, I feel it's just going to be like huge wake up calls for people, like realizing like, what am I doing with my life? And you can either go into victim mode, which is what the shadow side of Pisces moon would be, or you can save yourself. Like it's kind of like that saying that's a bit harsh, there's nobody coming to save you. You know, that one's a funny one, isn't it? Because it's like, I don't see myself as saving people or anyone else that does the good work of God out there too. But you've got to be honest. Like I'll talk from my perspective. On my darkest days, right, I always get led to like the same people. You know what I mean? And it's like, whether it's like, you know, people doing live streams that I just know that me just sort of hanging out in that energy, whether I'm talking or not, it's gonna it's gonna make me feel like uplifted. It's going to make me feel part of it, and that's how I'm being really deep here, because I'm being honest. It's like, I understand the people that just lurk and they don't talk. Like, you know, I've got people that I watch, and it's like, for whatever reason, I'm like, I don't like, and it's not crystal clear vision. I mean, I don't talk. I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like, well, actually, I know why. I've said this before. Like, people feel it's either people feel my energy and they feel the warmth, but I've had experiences before where people seem to know what I am and what I do and stuff, and then they go a bit weird with me. But I always make enough friends that it's not a big deal. But like I said, I'm grateful for places that aren't like that, and it's, you know, equal and everybody's just lovely each other stuff. But it's few and far between is what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, I'm grateful for, you know, those spaces. Like, yeah, and like, there's some years I can think back in my life when I really really needed it, and it's when I would be helping you. Like, this is the thing, I was helping all of yous, and yous wouldn't even be realising I was going through stuff of my own. So, you know what I mean? It's God's angels, you know, it's the 144. We're out there. I've said this before, but it's God speaking through me. It's men, women, we've all got a similar type of energy. We're all our unique selves. We've all got a similar type of energy. Mind power. And they're just pulling it back to the power of your mind. Look at everything I've been speaking about, even the fact that I've been guided to do the tapping for the shorts. Because again, I was either going to continue with the light code activations, because everyone's a light code activation, but doing what I've been doing for the past month. But I thought it'd be nicer to mix it up, and it's light code activations mixed in with the, you know, with prayer and the, but more so the tapping. But yeah, it's the power of your mind. Are you going to believe that you're going to have a bad day, or are you going to believe that you're going to have a good day? Are you going to believe that miracles don't happen to you? Are you going to believe that miracles happen every day, and you deserve that miracle? And today could be that day. Mind power. Use your intelligence, analyze data and logic, think rationally, lead with your mind. So, do you need to think rationally today and listen to your mind? That's not going to be right for everyone. What if your mind is telling you you can't do it, you're not good enough, it's not the right time? What if your mind's telling you that every single day? Oh, it's not the time to follow your passions, it's not the time to start that business, it's not the time to follow the love of your life. You know, what if you've done that every single day? A year passes, 2 years passes, 3 years passes. So you get what I'm saying? But sometimes you do have to listen to your mind, because it's sensible, and you need to. I've said this before. There's a session I do. It's a future life regression. Do you listen to your head? Do you listen to your heart? Or do you listen to your gut? In different scenarios, different things are appropriate. Most of the time, you know, I would have thought, like, oh, always follow your heart. It's not always like that. Endings. Full moon in Pisces. Full moon is endings. Pisces is the last sign, endings. But because it is with that North Node in Pisces, it is, you know, it's got that mixture of endings and a new beginning, you know, as if you hadn't already been following your purpose, you know what I mean? Endings. This cycle is over. It's time for you to make a change, rebirth. It's time to say goodbye. Yeah. So I feel there's huge karmic endings coming in. Now, it's interesting. I picked up this deck. This has got a card that says release. No, it's just got the X. 33 minutes, come to Jesus. Remember when I mentioned Mary Magdalene and Jesus are strongly around? Again, if you're new around here, these are always my main guides that I work with in everything I do. But with me putting on this pink top that I normally don't, I don't know. I just wear it a kick about. I don't usually wear it when I'm filming and stuff. But it reminds you of like unconditional love. But yeah, I just feel, like I said, Mary Magdalene Jesus energy is very strong. Huge week of deliverance. If you want that full moon to help you release addictions, because Pisces is escapism and it is addictions and stuff like that. Scorpios is, you know, connected to addictions and stuff too, but Pisces is escapism, and a lot of people escape into drugs and alcohol and sex and whatever else, and basically self-sabotage. The 12th house is the house of the undoing, and 12th house is Pisces. So do you see how with Saturn going retrograde into Pisces, you can go inwards. Basically, I think that's why it's coming through, because remember, that's just went retrograde now. It's like Saturn retrograde in Pisces, go inwards, and this could be, I'm picking up on a merge of people that are like, you might be getting guided to look inwards at some things that are not good for you. But equally, it can go the way, because the shadow side of Pisces, confusion, illusion. It could be that you go backwards and you need to learn the karmic lessons that aren't helpful, with things that hold you back, like addictions or toxic people or whatever. I've only got 5% left, so I better hurry up here. Attraction. You're attracting the right person at the right time in your life. So what I'm getting from this is, I don't think it was the right time for you and this person. Whoever this is all going to make sense of, it wasn't the right time for you and this person in the past. And perhaps because they were caught up in some type of addictions, and the addiction could even be just codependency with others. But it feels like this is more than that for whoever's going to resonate with this. Remember, when I do these every day, these twin flame therapy ones, the same when I do the 2-hour and 5-hour lives and stuff like that, it's not everyone's every day, so use your discernment. This is very specific to the things coming through, and actually you might not even know with who this, you might not know if this is your person. Falling fast, love happens quickly, but don't lose yourself in the process. I just mentioned codependency too, so I feel if you have had a tendency to throw your all in and be very codependent with someone, you could have a fear of like that happening again, whether you're the feminine or the masculine. So just be mindful that it's be mindful you're dealing with a different person as well. Well, unless you aren't, but don't tar somebody else with what somebody else put you through, kind of thing. Gifts. Love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. Yeah, I feel there's moments of, like, they keep pulling me to a hug makes everything better. I feel there is tender moments arising. Remember, this is timeless, but this energy kind of feels like it's connected to that full moon. That's the full moon of romance, the Pisces full moon. Romance. Romantic surprises are on the horizon. Be open to them. So with that coming out just after gifts and relax, now that's Pisces too, because it's the house of rest. Find joy in the simple pleasures of just being together. So I'm just going to, I don't know what I use for the thumbnail. Relax into romance. Now that's not really the whole gist of it, is it? It's not. Oh, look, this is, see, right, I love it. This is connected to what it's right. This is the fun. Basically, what I get from all of this. By the way, this will probably go out like late tonight after I've done the live, unless I watch it while I make my tea. But I've been talking about beliefs in this, and again, not a coincidence that they've made me start, doing the tapping on the shorts. Sweet success. It's not difficult to get everything you want and enjoy it. Get what you want. Romance. So I feel this is really going to speak to people where you kept telling yourself you don't deserve it, or people, other people get what they want. I don't get what I want. You do fucking get what you want, because you've been working hard for it. If this is yours, and if you're like, well, Claire, I haven't really put the hard work in, and there's areas that I know where I need to heal. Join the club. That's all of us, me included. In the membership, like I said, I'm focused on clearing my emails, because it just, my mind is full, and that's been happening for years now. And I now feel it's like, I need to do something about it. And you know what's really funny when I'm saying that? That was actually Gordon Smith himself. Everyone knows I love Gordon Smith, the medium. And he said that to me years ago, like years ago. Like, I've worked with Gordon both online and in person, and he said that to me years ago. But again, it was spirit talking through Gordon. But I'm doing something about it. Better late than never, I guess, is the point of that. And again, it's quite funny too. I haven't went like that for a while, but it always used to be, and it's usually a Cancer moon or a Pisces moon. I always get, wait a minute, I'm going to have to, the time, well, I'll pause it. His cards always feel like that to me. A hug makes everything better. Like, because again, he was a huge part of my confidence building in my mediumship. Happily ever after. Yeah, look, there's something coming through here about a happily ever after. Wait a minute, I'm going to pause this. Right, let's sneak a wee, because I said that. Endurance is the key to success. Yeah, you've put in the hard work. You've put in the work. That's why you're going to be successful. Love this. Be the best version of yourself and start today. Can you forgive yourself for the past? You're not that person anymore. And anybody that tries to keep you in that timeline where you're that person that you don't want to be anymore, that you've worked hard to not be, move away from them or set strong boundaries. Pisces full moon is lack of boundaries. So boundaries are incredibly important all the time, and energy clearing, all of that stuff this week. But anyway, be the best version of yourself today. 31st could be significant. So there isn't a 31st of September though, is there? There's only 30 days. So Halloween would be the next one. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. So if this goes out before I'm live, then I'll be live about 8 o'clock UK time. But I think I'll probably be live before you see this. So yeah, take what resonates. Like I said, leave a wee emoji with the heart with the plaster over it, and I'll know that you just want me to hold you in my thoughts a wee bit more in my prayers. Because like I said, we don't need to, nobody needs to know what it is you're struggling with. But like I said, that is what I do in the membership. That's why. Because again, if anybody mentions that they want me to pray for, if they're on the live or that, I'm not going to be like, no, I'm not praying for you, kind of thing. But I'm a very private person, and I've just always, I do. Yeah, you know what I mean. You've got space to sort of say what you want and stuff, and there, and yeah, and yeah. Anyway, I'm tired. See you later.